What are you doing playing Teemo mid in ranked?
Because he's pretty strong, it's super fun.
Bro, are you on crack?
Well, regardless of your drug problem, Teemo, I'll share some tips to help you improve in the mid lane. Now, first things first, before you even get in game, you gotta go through champion select, and you gotta make sure you get the most optimal, pick and ban stage you can before you engage in a game. And what also goes along with that is also picking really strong mid laners so you have a big impact, not fucking Teemo, okay? You want to be picking Victor, Zed, LeBlanc, Ari, Vlad, or even Azir. If you're a nasty Azir, you can really turn games upside down. That guy does a lot of shit. Alright, so the first thing you want to do when you get in lane, you want to buy your items, you want to run into your lane. Make sure you sit in that brush right above red buff to make sure they don't invade. Ward that brush right in the river. And then as soon as around 3 minutes hit and you're like farming and shit in mid lane, you want to place a ward in either your left or right brush in mid lane, because what that's gonna give you the vision, because at around 3 minutes is where their jungler finishes their route and they're looking to gank someone. So you just want to ward one of the sides and stick to it. And if you see him coming, obviously back off. That's a good way to avoid dying first. Now, depending on the enemy, if that enemy mid laner is a roamer like LeBlanc or maybe Fizz, then what you're gonna want to do is push the lane as much as possible. So once you push out all your minions, or you kill all the enemy minions and your minions go to their turret and die to that, that's what you want. You want him to lose XP and shit, but you gotta also ping like crazy when he's gone, just in case, because you don't want your teammates to die. Or you can go ahead and follow his roam and counter gank wherever he's going, because once you get there after he reaches, it's probably gonna be a cleanup, honestly, and you can score a couple of kills off that and really snowball your lane. Another thing is, since you are mid lane, you are so essential to the objectives on the map, whether it be Rift Herald, Baron, or Dragon, or mid turret. You can be at all three of those points like in like 10 seconds if you just walk out of lane. So it is imperative that you either have a little bit of it warded just to make sure at all times, and even set up a time to even do those with your teammates if you get a kill mid lane or you kill their jungler. It's so important that you really capitalize on those objectives, because there is no excuse for a mid laner to not be there unless you are dead. But that is also not an excuse, because you should not fucking be dead. So depending on your matchup, if you're an AP mid laner and he's an AP mid laner, you can really rush that Abyssal Scepter. That item is really good right now. It's probably one of the best items for mid lane like at the moment, because you get 60 AP and you get 60 magic resist and 10% cooldown. That is just ridiculous. That's such a good item. And the aura of that item reduces the magic resist by like from 10 to like 25. Like that's so good. Like all that in one item, that is just really good. You should honestly pick that up first item on most mid laners. Another super important thing, that every guy needs to learn, and it comes eventually, it's something you need to build up, and it gets better as you reach higher elo, is how to properly team fight as whatever kind of mid laner you are, whether you are a poke, assassin, sustain. It's a lot of ways to do it in team fights. So obviously, if you're a poke champion, you're playing mid, you want to poke them down before the team fight begins, so then you have a health advantage, and then you can have whoever's on your team engage or get a pick. If you're an assassin, all you want to really do is wait for your top lane or jungle to engage or whatever, and then you just hop in there and try to kill their AD as soon as freaking possible. Either their AD or mid laner, or their support as well if he's caught out or something. And obviously for sustain, you just want to let the fight happen and go ahead and attack them and get your health back and whatever. That's how it goes, right? Now the biggest thing I see the people, they always make this mistake. It's in team fights, you never ever want to waste your burst. What I mean is, you do not want to hit a tank or a beefy champion with that, because they have resistance, they have health, they have all that shit to just counter everything you do. So what you want to aim at is their mid laner, most preferably their AD carry. That is the best. That's the best target you can get, their AD carry. And then after that would be support, and then jungle, and then top lane obviously. But you want to save all of your burst, every single bit of it, all your damage on their carries. You need to kill them as quickly as possible. And that wraps it up. As for a recap, you gotta watch out for picks and bans, you know. You want to pick strong people so you can carry, like not fucking Teemo mid. You want to watch out for that early invade, because that will really bring you behind if you die or any of your teammates die. You want to ward at around 3 minutes on your left and right brush. You want to ping and push the lane as quickly as possible when the enemy laner roams. Or you can follow his roam. You can be there for objectives. You have to actually be there for objectives. There's no question about it. And itemizations, you could also get a Abyssal Scepter first. It's really good. And team fight targeting, you know, target those squishies, not the biggies. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you learned something new, and I appreciate the fuck out of every single one of you. Please know that for sure, because I do. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Oh, just run into Riven, baby. No, that doesn't even make sense.